The soft flicker of Christmas lights cast a warm, golden glow across the dining table. Struggling to thaw the cold ache lodged in my chest. My wife's father raised his glass, a sly smile curling his lips, his voice thick with the smug certainty of a man convinced he'd outwitted destiny. "Allow me to introduce Dave," he declared, his tone brimming with the arrogance of someone who thought they'd rewritten my future. "The perfect match for Sarah once her marriage is behind her." A wave of courteous chuckles rippled through the room. Sarah's laugh sparkled a touch too vibrantly, her hand brushing Dave's arm with a familiarity that stung. I spread butter on my bread with a calm that veiled the tempest raging inside. "How charming," I said, my voice steady as stone, my knife gliding with flawless precision. "Dave, have they mentioned that the house is mine? Or the prenup?" The clink of silverware halted. Sarah's sip of wine faltered, catching in her throat. Her father's eyes widened in shock. Dave shifted, unease creeping into his posture. I chewed slowly, letting the silence carve its own sharp edges. I wed Sarah because I believed in the vision we shared. Her smile in college, bold, untamed, luminous, had been a guiding star. Her father always deemed me unworthy, my lack of riches or prestige a perpetual mark against me. Yet Sarah chose me, or so I thought. Together, we built a life, a home, stitching memories into its foundation and photographs. My love for her required sacrifices, parts of myself I gave freely. In exchange, she brought light, until she brought betrayal. The first clue was faint. A late-night meeting, her clothes tinged with an unfamiliar scent. Her phone hummed with messages she shielded from my sight. I wanted to trust her, but trust eroded when I found the emails. Her father's name threaded through them, scheming to introduce new suitors, plotting to erase me. One name appeared again and again: Dave. Sarah wasn't merely unfaithful. She was a piece in her family's game, manipulated to oust me while I still shared her world. As I stared at the screen, a stark clarity settled over me. My hands remained steady, my heart didn't break. Something colder, keener took hold. Pain hardened into determination. I didn't confront her or beg. Instead, I embraced silence, letting her think I was unaware. While she played her role, I planned. I reviewed our prenup with my attorney, every clause ironclad, every signature unyielding. The house was mine, secured before our vows. My finances safeguarded. Her claim, confined to what I allowed. I collected proof, screenshots, call logs, bank transfers she thought hidden. Each piece pointed to Dave and her father. I smiled warmly at dinners, kissed her tenderly, offered her flowers. She mistook my kindness for fragility, blind to the trap closing around her schemes. Vengeance isn't a blaze of anger. It's a meticulously crafted structure, every element intentional, every move precise. I quietly moved assets, locked down accounts, ensuring no safety net would catch her when the truth emerged. I encouraged her extravagance, designer gowns, trips with friends, never objecting, wanting her unguarded, vulnerable. Dave, I studied closely. A man with a broken marriage and debts cloaked by charm. Strong only until pressure exposed his weakness. Ideal. When Christmas invitations went out, I knew it would be their moment. Her father reveled in the drama of presenting Dave as my successor, expecting to shame me. I let them proceed, knowing silence cuts deeper than any outburst. At the dinner, as her father showcased Dave, my pulse remained steady. I was prepared. "Have they told you the house is mine?" I asked, my voice gentle but razor-sharp. "And the prenup?" Wine spilled. Sarah choked. Dave's face clouded with confusion. Her father's expression froze. I leaned back, letting the silence dismantle their carefully staged scene. In the kitchen later, Sarah confronted me, her voice cutting. "You made me look like a fool," she hissed. "No," I replied, meeting her gaze. "You managed that on your own." I simply revealed the truth. In that instant, she saw it. The glint of my knowledge, the awareness of every secret she thought buried. She tried to argue, but I cut her off with one directive. "Check your email." Her hands shook as she opened the files. Screenshots, financial records, messages. Copies had already reached my lawyer, hers, even Dave's former spouse. A detailed archive of her betrayal, methodically compiled. She didn't weep. She stood motionless, silenced by the realization that her foundation had been swept away. 2 weeks later, the divorce was finalized. She fought, but the prenup held firm. Her father's hired attorneys found no cracks. Every move they made, I'd foreseen. Dave disappeared before the ink dried, uninterested in a woman without wealth, his allegiance tied only to the fortune her family assumed she'd secure through me. Her father, once so bold with his toast to my replacement, now avoided my eyes. For the first time, he had no words. The house stands quiet now. Its walls stripped of her photographs, her laughter vanished. I walk its rooms without bitterness. I'm not broken. I'm free. When asked if I regret it, if I miss her, I answer truthfully. Regret is for those who stood idle. I acted. Betrayal didn't destroy me, it shaped me. At that Christmas dinner, they thought they'd defeated me. But I wasn't the one undone. I was the architect of their collapse. As I buttered that bread, calm as a winter morning, I knew the truth. They never saw the blade until it shone.